for a new matchup of Rocket League for Cross Progression League. This is week 2, especially for the tier 2 groups over in GC2, GC3 land. My name is Ice Cold Brew. I'm going to be commentator and broadcaster for this evening. And I want to give a huge shout out to Panda Cup for the raid and Laru for the follow as well. Do appreciate that, folks. Welcome on in. Make sure I put some points up for predictions. Tonight, we're going to have a fun time going on at the moment in time because we're going to have KCG boost Goblins going up against Torrent Swarm. Torrent Swarm, a team I have actually called for before. And with the likes of JD Mayo, Icy Assad, and Yap and Panda on this roster, you know it is going to be a wonderful time for them. They actually came out 3-2 in their previous week up against the Chillstas. Meanwhile, over on the opposite side, KCG, the Krusty Crew Gaming Boost Goblins came out 2-3 against GHE Knight. But it was not without some effort. In fact, I believe if I am looking at their entire group correctly here, it was a tight matchup, especially in those first few games, but at the end of the day, GHU just overcame. But it's not without loss. MSN5 and Noah were picking up so many goals and shots. In fact, MSN5E was able to have 8 goals at the end of the night. Meanwhile, over on the Chillstas versus Torrent Swarm side, Yapping Panda with an impressive 4 goals. Icy is sad at the very top with 6. And you cannot remiss about the amount of demos that JD Mayo put on that pitch. He hit double digits, 15, 3 per game, basically. And you got to appreciate that type of matchup. But with that in mind, folks, we're getting ready here for a nice new matchup. We're going to have Icy Assad already in here. We got Yapping Panda. Waiting to see if we got one more joining in, or I could just have that spectator bug still. Actually, yeah, I got all of Torrent Swarm in at the moment, waiting on Boost Goblins to join the party. Just letting them know I do have it correct on the overlay, and that's what matters at the end of the day. Torrent Swam. Yeah, folks, just as a little extra info, I was in the middle of rushing a lot today. I had an interview to prepare for. This is why I'm still wearing the very nice shirt, but I'm a little more bare-chested at this point in time. But on top of that, I had a lot of work to do at this time. I have some new assets I'm trying out at this point too, as we're waiting for our final group to join in. And with that in mind, we are still waiting on Boost Goblins. Actually, gonna go ahead and ping them real quick. All on your way. Just checking in with them. Yeah, going back to the action from last week. So JD Mayo, Icy Assad, and Yap and Panda both ran a very tight matchup up against the folks at the Chillstas. It was pretty much a 2-goal game at the very end too, repeating at that final moment. They were able to prevent the runaway. Once they got that game 4 win, they felt more confident going into Champions Field and able to break away at that time. And I mean, just looking at that damage that JD Mayo inflicted on that mental, Nibs taking a majority of the blows here, had to put some frustration on them. And Panda was able to set up just defensively fairly well. I think the highlight too for me is the amount of assists coming out from Icy Assad. Not only is he the top scorer, but he likes to dish it out as well too, making sure people can see all the action going on at this point in time. Blowdog, welcome on in. Good to see you. Checking in on everyone real quick. We're gonna see if everyone's good and ready to go right now, folks, because I know I'm ready to go. Looks like Noah and Spuff on Boost Goblin's side is good to go. All right, let's get it on then, if everyone's good. Folks, it's going to be a fun matchup. It's going to be a best of 5 for that GC2, GC3 level. I have called this level of action before, and it has definitely been something. There we go. As I need to remember to hit that just a bit sooner next time. I have a new stinger I am testing out. But folks, starting off with game 1, Torrent Swarms in the orange with the Yap and Panda once again finding their place at the back line, able to pick up that save. Noah, Spuff, and MSN trying to make a difference here. Sad is going to be a little heartbroken, but not as heartbroken as JD Mayo on that back line. Tries to defend here, but MSN with a beautiful shot. Blowdog, to let you know what's going on with Cross Progression League. It is a 3v3 bring your own team across 5 different skill levels, all fighting for a $150 prize pool at this level specifically. That's right, tier 2 fights for 150, tier 1 for 300, and the money goes down a little bit once you go to the lower ranks where you and I are at. But overall, these people are playing a long season against each other to get a spot in the tournament at the end of the season. A Spuff is looking to pick up a second goal, a little bit too far off target. But JD Mayo is undeterred, tries to send this ball down and away over to Icy. Icy looking for a connection, able to prevent the arc from being built. Yapping Panda, just a bit of power, but not enough. Needs to add a little bit more tech. Could have been a Kuma in that moment, but sadly will just be a little bit too weak. Icy though might find a moment here. Ball sent off out to the opposite corner. And yeah, this 3v3 for CPL, they prioritize on making sure every single match gets broadcasted, so it's a great place for new and upcoming casters to find their spot as well, get some footage and highlight reels for themselves, but also promote organizations across the board. I've known Torrent for quite some while. I know KCG, Krusty Crew Gaming, has really prided themselves on having so many teams in CPL. As Icy Assassin trying to put the first point on for Torrent, Swarms won't be able to break through here. Instead, Panda pass over to Mayo. Mayo with the opening, ball denied by MSN. And that's a reliable browser as he sends that one off to the opposite side. Voice Guy V, thank you for the raid. Welcome on in. Nerdy Gamer, thank you for coming in. We are starting off strong with a game 1 matchup here. Blowdog with the sub as well. 2 minutes gone by. We've already gotten the first goal from the Boost Goblins from MSN with an impressive flip reset carry, drives it down under. Now JD Mayo looking for a connection to Panda. Panda looking for a break, won't find it. Icy Sad is gonna cool down a little bit on that back line. Trying to take through, trying to carry the ball far and away. Spuff with a little bit more buff on that touch than you would like. Ball countered halfway through game 1 so far. Lots of back and forth, not really a lot of good looks coming out for Torrent Swarms. Noah clears out the ball for JD Mayo, is caught upside down. Nap and Panda, just enough gas in the tank to make it to the 7-Eleven. Able to pick up that ball and try to find a shot from JD Mayo, but sadly the Mayo has gone bad. It's going to be MSN out in the corner, 50 for Icy. Ball down center, Noah's going to recover. That ball's towards the net, though. It's over his head. He's seeing the sun. He is blinded by the light, and it's full of mayonnaise. Game tied 1-1 right now. Once again, I do want to give a huge shout out to Voice Guy V and for the raid, and of course Blowdog for the subscription as well. I truly appreciate that, folks. As we are continuing on with this game 1, score tied 1-1 at this point in time. One from a Hail Mary shot, one from down under. Love you too, Voice Guy V. JD Mayo is trying to get some love as he tries to find a connection to Panda. It's going out to Spuff. It's going to sail right past. MSN just needs a new update, needs to be a little faster, but sadly that browser's not going to be quick enough. It's going to go out to Spuff. I really hope people still use MSN. If not, this joke is really falling flat. As Noah takes flight, hits it off the ceiling. Ground pinch, tries to make a connection to MSN. It will not go through. Instead, Noah forced to put it back into the corner. Spuff trying to send it through, but sadly Icy is a little bit too cold and freezes that offense. Mayo looking for a connection. Panda putting that ball back. It's on the right post. It's just inside. Icy is sad. Will be a little bit proud of himself on that play. Beautiful shot. Beautiful setup from Panda, able to cut down that ball and sets up that opening for Icy. Get back on the board. Now with a goal, trying to find a second. 1 goal difference. Boost Goblins really starting for boost right now. As we continue on, they're still fighting for position, trying to break through. There's a lot of opportunity here, trying to get some off-ball value of that demo, but sadly it's not going to work out. Instead, Panda off the right. Noah, no boost. MSN's going to come in, cut that one down, but sends that down over to Spuff. Spuff up high, tries to get a feed to MSM, but sadly the internet is out right now. Will not go through. Well, thank you for remembering the MSN butterfly. Trying to find a chance, has the boost, just needs to get the low 50, will dunk it down, ties it 2-2. Great challenge from MSM, beautiful read as well. Redirects, forces that ball down, gets the low 50, and the follow-up touch as well. 16 seconds left to go. This game could very well go into OT. And what a beautiful play for them, folks. Don't forget, over at Cross Progression League, Icy is sad with a quick moment to put me on ice. Just shuts me down on the read. Gotta get that third person POV on that. I just said third person of view for those who don't know what POV means. Well, hopefully Boost Goblins will be able to pick up a goal. Folks, don't forget, you can also grab clips for these wonderful organizations. And if you are in the Cross Progression League Discord server, you can also submit it for a clip of the week moment as ball's gonna hit the ground. Torrent swarms. We'll take game one. An impressive run for them overall. Was able to take down their opposition here. And what's been really impressive about that play too was just the cohesion on both sides, albeit there was that bit of confusion that ended up happening on the side of Boost Goblins where they just got caught off guard after kickoff, and you can't allow that to happen whenever this game is so tight. But with that in mind, they need to get ready for the second game here, and they need to really try to pull this game back under control. With that in mind, Torrent Swarm, impressive game one win. Didn't get that first goal, but they still got a lot of the pressure that they would have loved to see. And with that in mind, we're heading into game two. I wonder if that's going to be more of the same here. As we start off game two, Spuff picking up the ball and keeping it under control. Icy is sad, caught out in position, tries to fight for that corner play. Gonna be a tough fight. MSN. Oh, look at Noah going for that off-ball value. Wants to get that bump, wants to get that demo to open up the path, but sadly will not go through. Instead, it gets caught out in the back of the net, but not able to take advantage. It's gonna be Noah though. Nice touch off the backboard, double tap opportunity for Noah. Sends it off to the left post instead. Just wants to keep it out of reach of Torrent Swarm. Torrent laying in front of the net, dangerous positioning. Noah and Spuff both for MSN with the demo. Takes out Icy. Ball rattles around. Icy respawns just in time to keep the ball under control. Low 50 from Spuff. MSN fires it out towards Noah. Noah's going to pop it up high. Sending it down. Yapping Panda drops it at the midcourt line. JD Mayo tries to fire. Wanted to find the connection to Icy. Won't be able to do so. Panda now playing back a little bit, tries to put pressure on. Ball heading towards the corner as Noah takes flight. Sends it over to MSN. That could go inside. Panda, though, with the denial. It's going to be Spuff playing off the backboard. Nice little quick wall dash just to get out of that corner. But sadly, that momentum will be cut down by the lack of boost on his team. Boost Goblins really starving at this point in time, and sadly, they can't really cash in on any of that. Well, have a good time with Sky. Tell her I give her my best. And sorry I missed her message last night. As we continue on with this game two, Yapping Panda clears out to the corner. It's going to rattle down towards the center, but no with the cut. Krusty Dog, welcome on in. The owner of the organization, the owner of the league itself as well. Icy is sad. It's going to be sad they couldn't hit the Doomsy. Bar blocking the shot. Spuff with a bit more, but sadly won't be able to find enough polish on that shot. Ball towards the net. Icy gets the Doomsy. MSN tries to put it inside, but Spuff can't get ready for it. Spuff was unprepared, had to cut around. Instead, it's going to be Icy Assad on the breakaway. Ball in front of the net. MSN, lucky touch, gets it just out of reach. Hitting that halfway mark, we should get a goal soon. Noah taking flight, looking for a coast to coast, won't find it as his flight plans get canceled. Starting to look like the DFW airport. Demo in the front door, MSN taken out, now has to scramble for that ball. Pinches it off the post. Noah just a bit off target. Ball towards the back of the line. Spuff right towards center, and who to expect but the perfect messenger in MSN. You might be able to tear the wings off the butterfly, but the service will keep going. MSN in the perfect spot in order to pick up the goal. Once again, Boost Goblins taking the first goal of the game. Now the question is, can they maintain offensive momentum to get some insurance? And then can they get a premium as well by protecting themselves? Only at State Farm. Don't actually use State Farm. They're a horrible business, and I hate them for everything they have done to my partner. Ball back over towards the orange pitch. Ball towards center. A little bit late on the call there. MSN flew right by. It's going to be Noah trying to challenge Panda before he gets the ball. Gets the 100 boost off the side. Noah with some force, with some authority. But sadly, the bar is just a bit too high to convert here. MSN forced to 50. Spuff fighting for position, gets a 50 again, tries to set it up for MSN. MSN doesn't have the boost. Spuff looking for a redirect. Noah out of position now. Tries to put the ball onto the right post and does so. Gets it out of the way. Clear to the opposite side. Mayo trying to find Panda. Noah finds himself on the side. Gonna be Icy scrumming for position in the corner. Just trying to keep it afloat. Panda with the demo and Spuff will force that ball back, but they will take advantage here. Ball dropped down to MSN. Gets countered by Panda. No one's back. That's a misrotation. That's a heavy misrotation. What happened here? MSN, last one back. Spuff and Noah upfield. Noah gets the off-ball demo. But sadly, they're going to get scammed out of that opportunity. Spuff with that demo could have been, or Noah with that demo could have been back. Instead, gets caught lacking. MSN, last one back, was hoping someone would be there in time. Didn't realize there was two in front and no one behind. Once again, in a tie game. Last time we were here, Torrent Swarm caught them off guard. Ball towards the net. Towards the side of the wall. MSN trying to get a drop down to Spuff. Spuff's playing a little tight, playing a little close. Goes for the upfield. Tries to set up for the double tap. Wanted to find the assist off of MSN, but sadly will not go through. Krusty, is it MSN or is his name actually Mason? Because if it's Mason, it makes sense. If it's MSN, why is he naming himself out after an old browser? Ball towards the ground. That's going to be OT. Beautiful shot, a setup. Icy Assad will be bumped out. Had the lineup, but was locked in the sides of Boost Goblins. Instead, has to pick up the save here. Ball towards the net. Spuff will clear this one out. MSN taken out by Mayo. Ball towards the net. That's going inside. It's game 2 in favor of Torrent Swarm. And it's all off the demo once again. This is how Torrent Swarm won their first series. And now on a 2-game winning streak, they can just close this one out. Snips21, thank you for the follow, for the raid. Words. I'm a caster. I get paid to do this sometimes, and yet 2-1 at the end of the day. Torrent Swarm's now 2-0 in the series, taking off Boost Goblins by 1 goal just off that demo. Devastation on the pitch. Kyoko, thank you for the follow. Snips, thank you for the follow as well. Beautiful setup from both these teams, and all we can say is they just need to be a bit more field aware. They can't get caught out playing high pressure with no one covered in the backfield, and more importantly, they can't get caught out by the demos. JD Mayo's going to go in for that bump every single time. He has done so repeatedly. Again, that's how they built the Chillstas. As I quickly... Whoops. Give me a moment here, folks. Heading into game 3. This is match point 4. Torrent Swarm. Looking to take a moment here. Mom Queso, thank you for coming on in as well. Good to see y'all, folks. Thank you all for joining us on this exciting best of 5 series for week 2 of Cross Progression League. MSN is going to fire towards the net. So far, right now, the story has been Boost Goblins get the first goal. Boost Goblins set the pace and then realize that they are in a false lead. As MSN's going to take the first goal this time, often a very impressive challenge. Take this one away from JD Mayo, who barely gets a chance to touch. Flipped a bit early, thinking MSN's going up for it. Ball down and away. First goal once again to Boost Goblins. Will this be enough for them to maintain their momentum? Can they find the missing piece on their offense? Or more importantly, can they prevent the error on defense? Because that has been their issue so far. They get caught off guard by the demo from JD Mayo. They get oh, Spuff is gonna say aggression's the way to go. Drops this ball hard and fast onto the top shelf. Noah, beautiful feed as well, takes advantage, corrects that ball, sets it up, and NRG reigns supreme here on this pitch, at least for this moment. Snips, thank you for the follow, by the way. Hope you had a good time. Thank you for coming on in to check out this action for Cross Progression League, as these folks are once again challenging for a prize pool. Icy is sad, trying to scrum for position. Noah, not a lot of boost and a big bump on the backside of Icy. Tries to crush him up a little bit, not enough force behind it. And sadly, it's going to put Icy in a better position. Ball sent off and away. Noah's going to take flight here. Plenty of clearance. Gets challenged by Yapping Panda. It's going to be MSN picking this ball up. Gets challenged by Icy, though. Panda's looking for a bump. Gets a bump on Spuff. MSN tries to clear it out, but JD Mayo with the shot comes out of left field in order to complete the rotation here. But Panda's set up that puts so much pressure on the Boost Goblins. Panda going in to challenge and confirms the bump, confirms that contact on Spuff, sets up for the goal. Spuff, though, is going to find a shot, finding redemption, and takes out Yapping Panda as well. Vengeance has never felt so sweet than in this moment. Able to get the demo, keeps the ball away from everyone on Torrent Swarm, and that is how they get that 2-goal lead. They have the insurance. Now, they just need to basically be good drivers. They need to check their mirrors. They need to use their turn signals. They need to rotate properly, not get caught off guard by the bumps and demos, which has been the biggest perk of Torrent Swarm so far. Yapping Panda with that demo on Noah. It's going to put Noah back into the graveyard. But he's going to summon right back in. Noah, plenty of chance to find out if there is a hope here to get a 4th goal for the team. Icy, though, and the half-court line will deny. It's going to be Noah, no boost in the take. But Spuff, down low, voids Mayo, tries to get the ball under control, but Mayo will still find its way onto that sandwich. Ball up high, sends it off to the right post, where Yapping Panda was ready and waiting. MSN, good angle, tries to fire it, gets a slow lob, and it's not going to go through here. Instead, it's going to scramble back. MSN onto the top shelf, tries to find a ceiling, but sadly will fall off. Spuff looking to take a moment here. Right now, pay attention to those rotations in the back line, too. You can see they're not overexerting themselves. They're not panicking yet. Nice demo from Icy to take out Noah. MSN still confirming the touch, though. Spuff looking for a hat trick here, will do so. Unfortunate carry, no challengers whatsoever. No one picked up the phone. No one saw the alarm buzzing. JD Mayo was in the back picking up some more sauce from the kitchen. Didn't even hear the bell go off. And now he's out of a tip jar. Icy drops that ball into the left post. MSN's going to look for a chance to attack. Tries to bump out JD. Won't find confirmation. Instead, Noah off to the backside. Ball carried up high. It's Spuff. Looking to drop it down. Noah fires. Spuff with enough goals, now just looking for a few more assists. Panda, lots of touches on the ball, a couple saves here and there, but nothing really to write home about as he gets challenged in the air once again. Pay attention to how much space Torrent Swarm have been given in this game 3 as well. They've not really been given much of a chance. I love that recognition. MSN knew he was getting demoed. Spuff immediately recovered, sent himself back to the back pitch in order to defend. That was a bit confusing for, I think, everyone on the Boost Goblin side, except for MSN, who just pops that ball up off a pinch. Mayo's not ready for it. Love that flick, sends that ball inside. MSN picking up another goal. Ball down at kickoff for the 7th time this game. Most goals we've seen so far officially. And 4-goal lead for Boost Goblins. They are very satisfied with how this game 3 has gone. Took him a little bit to get there. MSN's gonna get the pinch and find a hat trick for himself as well. Spuff picking up the assist on this one. Very close to Brazil territory. We'll have to pay extra on the tariffs for that one though. 44 seconds left to go. Torrent Swarm really just not buzzing as much as they would like to be. MSN gets the challenge, doesn't fall for the fake, but that ball almost goes inside. Icy clears it out, takes off the backboard, pinch with Noah, ball still heading back. MSN upfield to Spuff. Noah stepping back, is going to try and control this ball dangerously in front of the net. No one's able to react in time though. Noah goes up, sends it out to the left side of the pitch once more. Trying to be aggressive here, tries to find another chance. JD Mayo wants to pick it up off the wall. Would have been great if he got that, but sadly just not enough momentum here. Noah needs to deny this. I truly believe in having momentum. Getting that last goal means so much for your team, no matter how big the score deficit of this game, especially when you're on match point. But it's going to be Boost Goblins all the way to the finish line, 6-1 in game 3. They still have a life. And I never realized it till now, but 14 shots to 2. No wonder Torrent Swarm could not find much offense here. What a great chance for Boost Goblins to build up some confidence for themselves. I'm terrified of the thought, of course, that they may have done a bit too much. And that they may end up not being able to break through after this impressive run. Will that momentum continue forward going into game 4? Will they find that magical game 5 once again? And will they be able to finish the story of where week 1 ended, where they got to game 5 and lost by 2 at the end of the day? Or will they find their moment here and take the series for themselves? Folks, we're heading into game 4 of Cross Progression League week 2 for tier 2. Quick demo on the side of Boost Goblin, but that shot, ooh, Mayo had a little bit more speed, a little bit more flight, could have caught up to that one. Spuff looking for a pass to MSN. MSN tries to fake it, but Icy will not fall for this one. Krusty already calling for her team to get a reverse sweep. Ball on the top shelf. Spuff will be denied. Fires it back in though. Beautiful touch from Yapping Panda. Pinches it off the crossbar, but it's not enough. Doesn't go far out enough. Every single game so far, Boost Goblins have taken the first goal. I think it's less of a question of whether or not they get the first goal and how fast they can pick it up. Because Spuff is looking for a second one. trying to beat that time from the previous game. Will not go through here. Panda with a bump on Noah. Can't confirm the demo. Enough pressure. Icy finds the assist to Yapping Panda. That one's going to go through for him. Just able to clear that ball just enough space away from Spuff, who's left scrambling as MSN is sadly out of service. Game tied 1-1. Now this is also the interesting thing too, because this happened in game 3, where Torrent Swarm were able to pick up a goal as well fairly quickly off the assist too, just like then. Will this continue to be the story? Will Boost Goblins be able to play that aggression in their favor? Will they be able to close out in such a way that they can control the narrative here? As Noah just comes off the wall a bit too short in order to challenge. Spuff will get the ball put upfield. Noah will take a demo on JD Mayo and now has to play the backfield. Spuff on Icy takes him out. JD still playing defensively. MSN's looking for a back pass, but Spuff is not going to be able to carry it away. He does not get to carry on my wayward son. Instead has to throw it back to MSN. Spuff playing the back pitch. High ceiling pinch. Panda a bit too far away for a flip reset. Wanted a bit more power on that touch, but sadly will not prevail. It's going to be Noah playing out of the corner. Ball dropped down towards center. MSN tries to pinch it off to the right side. Bit off target on the ground pinch. MSN won't be able to find a Doomsday here. Yapping Panda on a breakaway. Has help from Icy. Spuff goes up to challenge. Spuff tries to find the touch. Instead, he doesn't have the power. It's going to be MSN. MSN can do so. Ball towards center. Can Noah get there before Panda? No. Panda talks his ear off and puts him away. Icy off the right post. Denied by Spuff, who's picked up a savior. The longer that... JD Mayo picking up the goal off of a wall pinch where Spuff tries to clear it out, but Mayo grounds down and there's a gap in that defense. Unable to be prepared on that run. It's going to be Torrent Swarm taking the lead in this game 4. MSN looking for a chance. They need to get a reverse sweep, but first they need to talk about the idea of it. They need to show that they can do it. And right now, Spuff is going to play very aggressive, comes in from behind for the pickpocket, pinches that ball upfield. Can anyone catch up to it in time? No, Noah not able to react. It's going to be JD Mayo picking her up. MSN with the clear out. 130 seconds left to go. MSN pop up. Look for a ground to air. Has the clearance. It will come in for a landing and strike home. There's nothing better than being cleared for takeoff as Icy tries to contest. JD Mayo, realizing Icy is a bit too slow, comes in just a bit too late to do so. Now, ooh, Noah, harsh miss on the play. MSN coming in clutch. And that pinch for Icy is going to pay off. Yapping Panda get the assist, but more importantly, just that ball getting away from Boost Goblins. Noah goes in, misses the ball, finds the body, 9 away he wants as that ball bounces off him, heads into the net. 1 goal difference now between these two teams. As I quickly fix my overlay. Come on. Yapping Panda under control. Icy is sad. It's going to pop this ball up. We have 100 seconds left to go. Demo on the backfield on Mayo. Panda, the last one back, now with Mayo to support. MSN tries to force the issue, but sadly it will be canceled. Spuff tries to help out. Ball on the right post, won't fall through. Spuff will get a touch. Noah just trying to put his body in the way, just wants to be enough of an obstacle to deny. Spuff goes after it. Boost Goblins are starving themselves. Desperation method, but it's gonna be enough. Spuff will strike home. It's gonna be tied once again, 3-3. 74 seconds left to go. Triple commit on the side of Torrent Swarm, and you know they are frustrated with that. 74 seconds left to go. JD Mayo's gonna find an opening. Quick response from Torrent Swarm. Swarming around the ball off kickoff. Noah can't get there in time. Spuff was picking up boost, getting ready for that aggressive run. Forgot the back of the net, and there it goes. Go and get it. Go to, you can't go no more. You got 70 seconds left to tie it back up. Last time we were in OT, though, Torrent Swarm took the match. MSN looking for a high shelf. Noah looking for a high shelf. Spuff looking for the skies. MSN scrambling for this ball, trying to back pass it to Noah. It's going to be a bit too far away, so he's going to take advantage. Come off the ceiling. See Spuff in center, but pitches off of Icy. What a shot from MSN. Goes off the side of the wall, comes down the ceiling. Someone grab that man an ice cold bottle of Balls Garana, because that'd be my play of the week any day of the week. Or I guess any day of the year. 40 seconds left to go. MSN not allowing them to get a quick response, and then fires again from the ceiling. He is coming down like a one-winged angel. MSN. When you fall on hard times, you keep stepping. Making himself out like the TNT champion here. MSN with authority. Now MSN just trying to keep this ball contained, controlled on the orange side of the pitch. Noah takes flight, just needs a little bit more boost, but it's gonna be a bit short. Can't catch up to that ball in time. JD Mayo now with a chance, gonna try and scoop this ball, wants to get the hard flick. Instead it's Spuff and Noah able to clear this one out. Panda challenges, sends that ball down, it's going to the ground, and that's gonna be game 4. Could this be the reverse sweep of the start of their season? Could this be what they have needed in the first week? Can Boost Goblins finish the story? Near similar stats across the board, just one a bit better than the other. 100% goal participation on the side of Swarm, but the bumps and demos weren't really able to be capitalized on in this game 4. They weren't really able to find that many chances. Folks, we're heading to Champions Field for this one. Really do love getting to a game 5 situation. As I quickly scroll all the way over, folks, make sure you're grabbing clips for Cross Progression League, because there are some beautiful shots happening right now, and you know that's going to be good for the socials. Beautiful opportunity again and again and again for these teams to capitalize. And we see a new Boost Goblins taking flight here as they get ready for game 5. Torrent Swarm needs to recover here as we get ready for the next matchup. Folks, we're game 5. We are starting off strong with that ball popping up the center. It's going out in favor of Boost Goblins, but Mayo with the possession finds Icy. MSN, no boost in the tank, ball off the left post. There's an opening, Spuff whiffs, but so does everyone else. Right down communication on who is going to pick up that ball. Feels like rematch all of a sudden. Ball towards center. It's at the mid lane. Noah wants the bump on Mayo, but can't confirm. Opts not to go for it. Instead, follows the path, gets a little bit extra boost for the little goblin hands. Ball heading upfield. MSN challenges. Big pinch off the right post. Spuff looking for a bump on Panda. Can't confirm. Spuff and Noah both on that wall. MSN looking for a chance, but it's going to be Mayo with the clear and Noah with the drop down. 55 seconds left to go. Torrent Swarm looking for a bump and demo, looking for an opening somewhere. Noah's going to send this ball out to the left wing. It's going to be Spuff picking it up. Takes the challenge off the ceiling. MSN taking flight. Noah getting the bump from behind by Spuff. That could cause some issues. All 3 players on the side of Torrent Swarm were upfield, and yet they can't confirm. What a dodge of a demo. Boost Goblins staying alive. They have not picked up their first goal in under a minute now. 90 seconds starting to look like game 1. They do not want it to end in the same way as game 1. Low boost too. Noah starved a little bit. Is trying to keep the ball under control, but really can't do much. Icy takes out MSN, but I'm sure he wanted the ball a bit more. Mayo, pop up, ball pinched out, MSN clears it out. Coming back from the grave, tries to find a confirmation, had the angle, but did not have the aim. Definitely had the power. Mayo drops that ball down, MSN, and pick this one up. The spacing on Torrent right now is peculiar because they're playing a bit more spaced out. They're trying to ensure Loose Goblins don't get a goal more than they are trying to get their own goal, especially after that initial triple commit we saw where they had that breakaway of all three of them on the front field. Mayo takes flight. Spuff's going to pick this one up. It's going to challenge Icy. Wants to pick that one up. Ball towards the net on the left wing. MSN realizes it's heading outside. Takes it out. Double demo on the pitch. Ball free floating for the moment. Icy's going to get the boost. Ball's going to be a whiff, and Icy with so much space, so much time, will drive this one home. Great flick, especially with that pick up the boost too. Allows you to come out. Didn't really need too much though. Just finds that beautiful pop up. Puts it right down center. Boost Goblins down by 1 now. And a misread on the kickoff, not in favor of Spuff and Noah there. Ball towards the net. Noah drops it for Spuff. Spuff in a 1v1. Just needs to get the flip reset. Needs to get one more touch. Tries to get help from Noah, but the 50 will fall. Demo on MSN. Ball towards Icy. Icy, plenty of space. Pops that ball center. Tries to find confirmation on a demo again, but Noah dodges and gets clearance. Spuff pick this one up. Gets challenged by Mayo. Keeps it out of sight. Out of mind. Over to MSN. Drives it down. It's in front of the net, but no one's home. The signal was up. The call was made, and yet it was left on voicemail. Panda off the backboard, able to clear that one. Dangerous positioning overall. MSN towards the net, off the post. Icy can't get this one, and won't have the momentum. Spuff will tie it up 1-1 off of the play from MSN. Just out of reach. Icy does a good job, ensures that ball will not go in. However, it was never the intended target to go in. It was a soft bounce off that right post that set it up for Spuff. 83 seconds left to go, and already immediate demo. Double demo. It's just MSN right now. Spuff just came back. Noah putting some power. Panda and JD Mayo all on the same side of the pitch right now. Everyone's congested on that Torrent Swarm side. Dangerous positioning overall. If that ball gets cleared out to the opposite, it could spell the end. MSN needs to get this challenge. Ball towards the net. Spuff pops it up high. And then a follow through. It's going to head upfield. Spuff, one more touch. Trying to predict where Panda's going to go. That pre-jump coming from long distance won't go through. Mayo just trying to find an opening here. Wants to set it up for the team. Gets another demo for the squad. That ball's going to drop down. Panda fires towards the corner where Icy is at. Ball pinched out. 24 seconds left to go. Could we get another OT here? Mayo sends it off and away. Spud under control, but it's towards Icy. Icy keeps it low while Spuff goes high. A low blow indeed. Ball takes flight. That's a Hail Mary onto the backboard. Icy can't find confirmation. Mayo's forced to put it to the corner. Gets a demo, but MSN's still there. MSN gets the bump, gets the second. It's going in. Spuff will close it out. Oh, MSN takes the page out of JD Mayo and makes it better. No one expects a remix like this. Boost Goblins take it game 5 in a beautiful reverse sweep. Wish we had people staying in just long enough for the stats to run, but that's okay because at the end of the day, your Boost Goblins are your winners. They take week 2 and they have to be proud of themselves on that run. They have to be so happy with how that series. Oh, Krusty Dog, thank you for the 200 bits. Appreciate you. What a beautiful series overall. And of course, you're welcome for casting. I am happy to do so as much as I am physically able to and or have time to. What a beautiful series overall. After losing out in the game 5 in the previous week against Golden Hour Esports, the Boost Goblins are able to come back in the second week, find themselves on match point against their opposition. They cannot make a single mistake, and they never did from that point on. Game 3, the furthest I have seen. Game 4, the closest ever. But Game 5 being that final moment they needed. Beautiful setup from MSN to take the bumps and clear out the path for Spuff, and that is a wonderful way to close out the series. Folks, thank you all so very much for joining me on this broadcast. It was an incredible match. If you are watching this on Twitch, thank you for joining me. Make sure to drop a follow down below. If you're watching this up on YouTube, let me know what you thought about the match. Call out anything interesting you would like to see, and of course, make sure to drop a follow on that channel as well. Make sure to subscribe over there. Folks, thank you so very much. I'm going to have more action for y'all tomorrow night, Wednesday at 7 p.m. 8 p.m. EST for a different league, and then we'll be back over here as well, I believe. Correction, I do not remember where I'm going to be at. I have no memories of anything ever. Folks, if you are here tomorrow, we will be covering another league, so make sure to stick around at 8 p.m. Wednesday night for more action. It's still going to be fairly high level. It's going to be C3, GC1, if I remember correctly. So with that in mind, thank you all so very much. Let's find someone to raid out to right now as we are wrapping up here. You know, Voice Guy B is casting once again, so let's head on over. Let's keep it in the action here, and let's get it rolling. Folks, as always, if you ever want to support me directly without Twitch taking a cut, please go you can donate to me over on Ko-fi, or better yet, if you want to support the person who made the wonderful music here, go check out Christopher Escalante at ChristopherEscalante.com and commission your own music and soundtrack for your streams, broadcasts, videos, whatever you need. Christopher Escalante, Chris can cover all kinds of music and action that you need. So with that in mind, folks, thank you all so very much. We're going to go ahead and close out here as we get ready to raid over to Voice Guy V. Let him know how you thought of this matchup. We're going to go ahead and take it easy for the moment. I will see y'all next time.